now, police are investigating after 6 people were found dead inside a Milwaukee home. And as the conflict between Ukraine and Russia continues, President Biden is considering sending U.S. troops to help ease tensions. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us on this Monday. Madison's under a snow advisory tonight. Let's head to the Weather Center where Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast.
Well, taking a look at it, we are seeing that snow starting to dwindle out for us with our winter advisory coming to a close for many of the areas heading in throughout the rest of our afternoon. But we do still have the alert days, not just for today, but now we're going into the rest of Tuesday and Wednesday, seeing that those temperatures are going to plummet heading into tonight and going into Tuesday and Wednesday as well. So be prepared for more bitterly cold temperatures as we continue throughout. But in terms of the snow, it's starting to clear out here in southern Wisconsin. However, southern areas of Dane County might still see a couple of flurries as we continue in throughout the rest of our afternoon. But as we take a look ahead, aside from the flurries, we're going to be quieting out pretty quickly. Temperatures are going to struggle and just hang into the teens throughout the course of the day with those breezy winds right behind it. It's going to be a chilly one on our hands, and we're not seeing a lot of sun to really melt much of that snow either. Temperatures as of right now in southern Wisconsin, 19 degrees in Janesville with 18 in Platteville. But as we take a look at those wind speeds, still close into the double digits for many of us with 13 miles per hour winds in Platteville and 9 miles per hour winds in Janesville. We can see that those wind chills, it's feeling like 1 degree below zero here in Madison with 4 in Platteville, 9 in Janesville. So it is another cold one on our hands. We'll have much more details coming up about those alert days coming in a few moments. Until then, let's talk back to you, Mark.
It is winter out there.
Absolutely.
All right, Julian, thank you. A 6th body has been found inside a Milwaukee home after police discovered 5 bodies during a welfare check yesterday. Officers say the deaths are being investigated as homicides. Autopsies are scheduled for today. Investigators are asking anyone with information to contact Crime Stoppers or the Milwaukee Police Department. Tensions remain high in Ukraine with Russian troops seemingly ready to invade. Natalie Brand tells us U.S. officials are weighing options to help the country.
With more than 100,000 Russian troops amassed near the Ukrainian border, CBS News has learned that the Biden administration is considering whether to send several thousand U.S. troops and equipment to reinforce the eastern flank of NATO. But first, NATO nations would have to request the assistance. In Kyiv, the State Department has ordered the families of American diplomats to leave the country. They've advised private U.S. citizens to do the same, along with non-essential American embassy personnel.
Here on Capitol Hill, there's bipartisan support for Ukraine, but some lawmakers are pushing for more immediate action and sanctions to deter Russia from escalating further.
The noose is tightening around Ukraine. President Zelensky, as you mentioned, said he wants the sanctions now. We can always remove the sanctions if it deters Putin's bad behavior.
Along the border in Ukraine, anxious residents are trying to prepare for a possible invasion. Russia insists it has no intention of doing so. Instead, President Putin blames the U.S. and its allies for ratcheting up tensions by arming Ukraine.
What they do is they twist reality. They are always denying, what is quite obvious, in terms of the form of aggression that they're undertaking.
For now, it's a waiting game, with many convinced it's only a matter of time before Russia acts. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
And with tensions rising, NATO is outlining a series of potential troop and ship deployments in the region. The alliance says it'll take all necessary measures to protect and defend allies. Well, athletes from around the world have started arriving in Beijing for the 2022 Winter Olympics. China has a zero-tolerance policy for COVID, which means athletes will be living in a tightly controlled bubble. Teams must be fully vaccinated or prepared to face 21 days in quarantine. Like last summer, fans will be banned from events. Chinese officials continue to mass test millions leading up to the opening ceremony on February 4th. The COVID-19 vaccine could eventually become a yearly shot. Pfizer's CEO says the company is working on a yearly dose like the flu shot. Instead of having people get a booster every few months, the company is also working on a vaccine that protects against Omicron and some of the other variants. Well, Krispy Kreme is trying to help out with the worst blood shortage in over a decade. The chain is offering free donuts this week to people who donate blood. To get a free dozen, customers have to order in person and show their donation sticker. Since March of 2020, the Red Cross says it's seen a 10% drop in donations. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
Government rolls out an incentive to stay masked and share the wealth. The financial secrets often swept under the rug. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. Of those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
3 days only. Day Furs acquired over 500 new garments and cool weather accessories, and everything must go. Save 40 to 80%. Pre-owned furs starting at $49. All accessories 60% off at Day Furs this Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Did you know that about 90% of people prefer a shower over a bath? That's why the walk-in shower from Mad City Baths is a customer favorite.
Oh, it's much easier for him to get in and out of. It's also bigger because we lost the wall and the tub surround, and it just gave us more space, and it's very nice.
Kick off the new year with incredible savings. It's our 60-60-60 sale. Take 60% off installation of your new bath or shower. 60-month financing, low monthly payments, senior military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your estimate. Call during this program for a bonus with purchase. $250 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. Check us out online at madcitybaths.com or throughout South Central Wisconsin. Call 608-729-4466. That's 608-729-4466.
Warm up with great deals during Steinhaffel's winter sale. Get store-wide savings of 35 to 50% off the largest selection of in-stock furniture and mattresses. Steinhaffel's has something for every style and every budget at the guaranteed lowest prices. So get in, warm up, and save. You'll find great deals throughout the entire store during the winter sale at Steinhaffel's. Relax, it's Steinhaffel's and steinhaffels.com.
From open borders, increasing crime, and rising inflation, Democrat policies are weakening America. When I ran in 2016, I intended to serve a second term and go home. But today, our nation is on a very dangerous path. If you could help make America safer and stronger, would you walk away? I've decided I can't. I'll stand and fight for freedom. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I love America and Wisconsin, just like you.
News 3 Now and St. Vincent de Paul are collecting new and gently used blankets for our neighbors in need. You can drop them off at any Dane County St. Vincent de Paul store or participating area churches the last weekend in January. Thank you for your generosity.
3 days only. Day Furs acquired over 500 new garments and cool weather accessories, and everything must go. Save 40 to 80%. Pre-owned furs starting at $49. All accessories 60% off at Day Furs this Thursday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in television.
New studies from the CDC reinforce the effectiveness of Pfizer and Moderna booster shots. 3 large new studies show booster shots of the 2 leading vaccines are 90% effective at keeping people out of the hospital if they are infected with the Omicron variant. The CDC says Americans age 12 and older should get boosters 5 months after their initial coronavirus vaccine shots. Millions of N95 masks are being distributed for free today. The Biden administration announced the campaign last week. The White House shipped out 400 million masks to pharmacies and other healthcare centers last week. Americans can get up to 3 masks for free. General Motors is set to make a big announcement this week. The automaker is expected to reveal plans to invest more than $6 billion at 2 electric vehicle plants in Michigan. The move would help create up to 4,000 jobs. And have you been hiding your Amazon boxes? About a third of U.S. adults who are married or living with their partner admit to some sort of financial infidelity. That's according to a new survey by creditcards.com. 15% said they spend more than their significant other would approve of, while nearly 1 in 10 said they hold some sort of secret stash or debt. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. A rough day on Wall Street so far. The Dow Industrial's down 1,042 points. The NASDAQ off 581. The S&P 500 down 169. Well, coming up, Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report drops by with your latest ag news and numbers and a new poll out on popular winter activities and safety. Plus, more snow's on the way, but just how much can we expect? Julian's got the full forecast next.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed? Just $89.
Imagine relaxing in a walk-in tub from Mad City Baths, Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source with installations in as little as 1 day. Or choose a custom shower with upscale patterns like sandalwood and white slate infused with microban for easy cleaning. Time is running out to give us a call during our 60-60-60 sale. Call right now for 60% off installation of your new bath or shower. 60 months financing, low monthly payments, senior military discounts, plus a $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. And last chance to call during this program for a bonus with purchase. $250 in Mad City cash for future home improvements. Check us out online at madcitybaths.com or throughout South Central Wisconsin. Call 608-729-4466. Let me give you the number again, 608-729-4466.
If you stutter on the phone, speech-to-speech is for you.
Hi, Nihada. This is Andy Smith, and I was calling to see if our home loan has been approved.
A specially trained operator revoices a conversation to the person on the other end of the line.
Hi, Nihada. This is Andy Smith, and I was calling to see if our home loan has been approved.
Oh, Andy, we have great news. You've been approved for the full amount.
To learn more about speech-to-speech relay service, go to wisconsinrelay.com.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Any first item removed? Just $89.
Josh Breider is tempting your taste buds with Tex-Mex in his next Restaurant Week profile. Then answer our question of the day, and you could win these restaurant vouchers.
And wind chills tomorrow morning could be a little dangerous as you head out the door. We'll have the latest tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra's Masterwork Series returns to Capitol Theater January 28th with Beethoven's The Triple and William Banfield's Symphony, Here I Stand, inspired by the life of Paul Robeson. Tickets at overture.org.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this very depressing Monday. all around.
So many different ways. Yeah, you are exactly right. Smack in the face. The only salve that I've been able to put on the wounds is that Brady won't be there either. So, yeah, here we go. But today our focus is on some winners, and they are right in our backyard. Over the weekend, they had the 68th Annual Outstanding Young Farmer Awards Weekend up in Neenah. Friday and Saturday, those farm couples got together to share their knowledge, their experience in agriculture, and on Saturday evening, I'm pleased to announce Kyle and Rachel Zwig from Exonia were selected as our Wisconsin Outstanding Young Farmer Awards winners. They are now going to compete representing the state in 2023. They are 6th generation on their dairy and crop business in Exonia. Kyle says that his family and mentors in agriculture are the reason that they've been able to find success. He said he did not do it alone. Also want to congratulate the runners-up, and they were Mike and Gina Radetsky from Colby. And special congratulations to folks in our backyard. Dylan and Brianna Handel from Barneveld were awarded the Speak Up for Agriculture Award during that 68th Annual Outstanding Young Farmer Awards Weekend that was up in Neenah. If you want to see pictures of the winners, learn a little bit more about their agriculture backgrounds, I've got it up at MidwestFarmReport.com or Fabulous Farm Babe on Facebook. Well, like we said, Dow Jones Industrial Average down more than 1,000 points, although because of some of the conversations going on regarding Russia and Ukraine, our wheat market is a little bit higher. Remember, a lot of the Black Sea wheat circulates around the world, and if that geographic area goes into question, then things might get a little tight. So wheat is up. Barrel cheese today down 3 3/4 cents at 177.5. 40-pound block cheese down 1 1/4 at 179.5. The AA butter, as you might expect, dropped 8 3/4 cents today, $2.84 3/4 per pound. So everybody feeling a little depressed on this Monday, including our butter price.
Yeah, it's not good anywhere. We'll get them next year, right?
That's right. I hope so.
See what happens. All right, Pam, thank you. It is that time of year for winter fun, from hitting the slopes for skiing or snowboarding to hitting the hills to go sledding. But along with the fun comes the risk of injuries. A new poll suggests parents may not consider the risk of common winter activities. Only 75% said their child wears a helmet skiing or snowboarding. For sledding, 31% said their child wears a helmet always or sometimes. The poll also found parents were less likely to talk to children about sledding safety compared to other activities. Julian's here now. We'll look at the weather, and if you're going to head out the next couple of days, bundle up.
That's right. Definitely stay warm, because we're going to be seeing some wind chills that will be dangerous if you're going to be out for extended periods of time. And speaking of wind chills, we have a wind chill advisory now in effect for areas in Dane County and to the west from 3 a.m. going into our Tuesday morning until noon for Tuesday as well. So be aware that we're going to be seeing some temperatures that are going to be a bit more colder than what we're used to around the winter time. Now, however, we did see some snow over the last 24 hours, and so here's a look at our latest snow accumulations. We're just shy of 2 inches here in Madison, about 3 inches over towards Platteville, and we can see for our friends at Watertown just about a bit more than 1.5 inches. But as we take a look at our current conditions, we're still dealing with some light flurries isolated here in Dane County around Madison with 14 degrees as of right now, but it feels like it is 1 degree below. So as we see temperatures into the teens throughout southern Wisconsin, with 19 degrees in Janesville, 18 in Platteville, and 17 for Boscobel, well, that's not what it's feeling like. As we see those winds coming in from the north, well, we're keeping things into the single digits and below zero throughout much of southern Wisconsin. Now, as we take a look once again, we're still holding on to some light flurries that are lingering into the southeastern portions of Dane County, just outside of Madison, but we are looking for things to really clear out for us as we continue throughout the rest of today. Just know, however, the sun is not going to be out to really help us in melting any of the snow, so definitely take it slow and use caution when you're going to be traveling, because though temperatures are going to be well below freezing, the roads are still going to be having slick spots and have some snowpack throughout. Now, as we take a look at our alert days in the forecast for Tuesday and for Wednesdays, because we're going to be seeing lows and our high temperatures nowhere near comfortable at all. Wind chills will be one of the biggest factors, as well as we're going to be seeing going into our Tuesday wind chills between near 20 degrees below zero, and going into our Wednesday morning we're going to be between 20 to 30 degrees below zero. That's a dangerous level if you are seeing extended amounts of time outside. So definitely stay warm, bundle up, and don't go outside if you don't need to for an extended period of time, because we're getting hit with another Arctic blast that's coming in from Canada once more throughout the early part of this week. But in terms of seeing any precipitation, well, we're pretty much done for the next couple of days. But again, the story here is going to be the temperatures. As we get into our Tuesday morning commute, we're seeing below zero temperatures throughout all of southern Wisconsin and struggling to improve. We're still holding on to single digits throughout our Tuesday morning and getting into our Tuesday evening commute. Going into the overnight hours, it's just going to get even worse. As we see going into our Wednesday, double-digit below zero temperatures throughout all of the upper Midwest for the most part, and especially us here in Wisconsin. So again, bundle up, stay warm, and do not stay outside for longer than you need to. But once we are past Wednesday, we're going to see improvements for Thursday, but then back to more colder temperatures. But this weekend, we're going to be much more seasonable. We are still on the quieter side. Not looking for too much in terms of snow chances as of right now, but we are keeping an eye on seeing some more flurries. But in terms of seeing any real accumulating snow like we have for the past couple of days, thankfully, which we finally got some snow, well, it's not too confident as of right now, but of course that is subject to change. Over to you, Mark.
16 below?
Yes, and that's just the surface temperature.
That's not wind.
No, that is not even the wind. That's just the surface temperature. So add a little wind factor on it. Oof, that is something that I do not want to deal with.
That is dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Julian. Howard is welcoming a special guest into the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
All this week, we're highlighting some of my favorite TV shows from the past, as well as a recipe inspired from each one. Today, we're kicking things off with a show that I watched every Friday night, The Brady Bunch. So you can only imagine how excited I am to have Christopher Knight, who you might recognize as Peter Brady, right here in the test kitchen. Welcome.
Hey, Howard. Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
Isn't it great?
I love your place.
You know, I loved watching the Brady Bunch, and my favorite episode was when you were trying to imitate Humphrey Bogart, and you asked your mom and Alice what was for dinner.
Remember it like it was yesterday. Now, the funny thing about that was I didn't know who Humphrey Bogart was, so I was doing an impersonation of our associate producer's impersonation of Humphrey Bogart, and he had this real clumsy way of doing Humphrey Bogart, now that I know who Humphrey Bogart is. Head tilted, the lips like that. Pork chops, apple chops.
There you have it. Well, in tribute to that classic line, guess what we're making today?
Let me guess. Pork chops and apple chops. Isn't that swell?
That's right, and our version starts with thick cut pork chops that are hand-breaded and sautéed with caramelized onions and served with homemade applesauce. You can get the recipe for what Peter Brady calls
pork chops and apple chops
simply by visiting our website. You can also check out our behind-the-scenes interview where Chris shares all that's going on in his life today. I'm Howard with Christopher Knight in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found
a very Brady way
for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, there you have it. Ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. Lisa will take your calls right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Guys, do you suffer from erectile dysfunction? Now there's great news. Peak Performance for Men will help you regain your performance and confidence naturally. Peak Performance for Men uses an advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, clinically shown to open up and regrow blood vessels, restoring normal and natural functionability where it counts most. There are no needles, no surgery, and best of all, no pain. Call now and receive an ultrasound, your initial consultation, all for free, and over $300 value. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
When you're remodeling your plumbing, turn to RHD. We're family-owned and committed to getting the job done right the first time. Reducing the spread of germs is very important, especially now. It's time to think about automatic and touchless plumbing. These new faucets give you a sleek, modern look while keeping you healthy and conserving water. Hand-waving sensors reduce germs, and your virtual voice assistant can help you determine the water temperature and how much to use. Reliable, honest, dedicated. RHD Plumbing, a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Dear Jack Frost, people say you've got ice in your veins. But underneath it all, you're just a big old softie. Go ahead, try to nip at our toes. Thanks to our available Remote Connect, we'll be toasty and warm and ready to go. Warm wishes, Toyota Cars.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, a 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Well, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions at 608-270-9933. Hi, Lisa.
Hello. How are you, Mark?
Good. Nice and warm in the greenhouse, I hope.
It's warm in my office.
Okay.
I think the greenhouse is chilly because I think the heat is turned off.
Oh, okay. Well, that's...
Nobody out there but pots.
All right. Let's go to the phones. We'll start with Emily from Poinette. Hi, Emily. What's your question?
Yes, hello. I have a Christmas cactus that is probably 80 years old or older, and it's been in the same pot for a good 20 years. And I'm just wondering, will I shock it if I repot it, or should I just let it go? This year it did bloom at Christmas time, but only one half of the plant bloomed on one side.
It might be time this year for a refresh, but not right now. You're going to want to wait till maybe late February when the days are noticeably longer. Christmas cactus are really, they're very responsive to day length, so now is not a good time to repot. Make sure that you don't make the new pot too much larger than the one you have, and then you can just carefully tease some soil away from those roots and then add fresh soil.
Okay, because, it's just one plant in there you can see, and the stem is getting very woody now.
Yeah, well, 80 years on a Christmas cactus will probably do that.
It sure will. All right, let's go to Rick in Madison. Hi, Rick. What's your question?
Hi, Lisa and Mark. I have a question here that I've just been wondering about. I've heard that wind chill doesn't have an effect on plants, at least that's the old knowledge. Has there been an updating of that, or is that pretty much still the case?
Wind chill can have an effect, especially on broadleaf evergreens, so things where there's a lot of leaf surface that's exposed. As far as deciduous plants, trees and shrubs that lose their leaves, unless they're really at the edge of their hardiness zone and they have really up front buds like maybe magnolias, you won't see much damage. But broadleaf evergreens, you can see some damage from really cold temperatures. You'll notice that rhododendron will curl their leaves underneath to minimize that surface. On broadleaf evergreens, you can use a product called Wilt-Proof that helps to stop the moisture from respirating out of the leaves and needles, but it's probably too chilly to apply that right now. So just, if it's in an exposed spot, then, and you can put up a windbreak, that will help. Otherwise, you might just have to do some corrective pruning in the spring when you see what kind of damage there is.
Okay, thanks for the call. Let's go to Rita in Keeler. Hi, Rita, what's your question?
Hi, I was wondering, how do you encourage forsythias to bloom? And if I trim some branches and bring them inside, can I force blooms? How soon can I expect them to bloom?
Okay, so forsythias, some of them are, especially older varieties, the ones that get really big, are not necessarily flower bud hardy. So when we have a really cold winter or a winter without a lot of snow, you will see that you'll get flowers down low but not up high. It's just that the flower buds can't handle the weather. You can certainly do forcing, though. Forsythia are really good at that. I would, if you can, wait a couple of weeks, or if you want to take branches now, you would maybe want to keep them in the garage and let them sit for a while, but you want to see the buds start to barely swell. So I would say around the end of February is a good time to start cutting branches for forcing.
Okay, great. Thank you for the call. Michelle from Madison. Hi, Michelle, what's your question?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Mark. Hi, Lisa. I am on a very limited budget, and I really like to grow produce and herbs and spices. And I wanted to see what you thought about my idea for doing so, because I have very limited yard space and a home. And I was trying to find information on how to harvest seeds, such as seeds from peppers and other produce of that nature that doesn't take a lot of space. And I wanted to find out what the process is for harvesting the seeds, and then if I can plant them.
Michelle, I'm sorry to cut you off here, but we are out of time. So we'll call you next week, all right?
Yeah, or email me, Michelle, lbriggs@bruccompany.com.
All right. Thanks, Lise. Thanks for calling, everybody.
Thank you.
Here's Julian, one final check of the forecast.
Well, the coldest days of our winter are ahead of us for Tuesday and for Wednesday, especially overnight, as wind chills will be hitting dangerous levels. As we take a quick look, these are what we're going to be seeing for our alert days. Remember, Tuesday and Wednesday is what we're going to be seeing once again for more of those alert days for cold weather until we get to see improvements on Thursday. Over to you, Mark.
All right, be careful out there. It's going to be dangerous. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.